My name is Hannah Sale and I am a third year philosophy and business student. I am originally from the Isle of Man, and this has been a massive part of me looking for a job because I feel like right now I'm really socially mobile, so I could basically go anywhere because I don't plan to go back home. While at university, I've really enjoyed getting involved in actual university stuff, so societies and jobs, and probably not enjoyed as much the reading and academic side of like the philosophy, and this has led me to want to have a job that's really people focused. So before I went to university, I started working at Marks and Spencer's, and I've continued to work there throughout the 2 years, almost 3, and I really love a people focused job where I feel like I'm able to benefit other people by understanding what their needs are, and be able to give them a product or a service that's kind of going to brighten their day. And that's kind of led me to want to pursue a career in human resources, particularly in the learning and development area, because that is about continuously learning and then training or finding someone to train employees. That's kind of like my future plans. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, and right now I think to begin with I thought that was quite a scary idea, but working as a career coach has kind of given me the understanding that it's okay to not know exactly what I'm going to do, but as I'm able to understand the skills that I have and the type of person I am, I can kind of look for a role that really works well with me as a person and allows me to be who I am, but also benefit a company and people while I'm there. What have I started to do? So basically, I've kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do for the 2 to 3 years while I've been at university, a general idea, and I've really found that talking to people who have either worked in the industry or have worked alongside the industry has really helped me to kind of confirm and have some reassurance on this is something that I would actually enjoy, because it's unlikely that I'm able to have the experience in HR while at university, and being a career coach is probably the closest thing that I'm going to have. So I've really relied on other people's kind of insights and reading up online on things like Glassdoor. Last week I, for the first time, started to look at graduate roles, and I merely typed in Google learning and development graduate jobs and had a look through a few websites, and I actually found this really daunting because there were so many things that popped up and they were all kind of different and they were everywhere in the UK, and when some of the things that they were saying what they wanted to do, I was like, well, that sounds all right, but how do I compare the 2 different jobs? How do I know which one's gonna suit me better, and how I can like differentiate between this is what I want and this is what I don't want, and I'm not 100% there yet. A lot of companies who have a learning and development team tend to be in London because they're the bigger corporate firms, and there's a lot more people, where smaller, medium-sized enterprises and companies tend to have one person that does everything, and that's something that I'm really like looking into now, and whether I'd like to start somewhere small or go somewhere big and get the experience. I'm quite excited to look at different application processes, and I'm particularly excited for assessment centres. I feel like I haven't done many of them, and I've heard different things from other students, and whether they go well or they don't go well, I think that it'll be exciting just to see how they're run and kind of whether I can depict the skills that the company are looking for during the assessment centre. I feel like I'm dreading having to actually choose which job I want because it's still kind of uncertain, and I'm going to try and use other people to move away from that dread and make it into something positive by just kind of talking to them, looking on LinkedIn or looking on Glassdoor about different companies and what people have said, so I can kind of understand a bit more of the culture of the business and whether who I am fits in with who they are. So in regards to what's next for the next couple of weeks, I think some things I want to achieve. The first thing being I want to apply for at least one graduate job, or at least start the process. And there's one job that I really like the look of. I think it's called Ross and Child. and their description sounds really good. However, it's in London, but I feel like this will be something that I can start off with, and I know that their process is a video interview and then an assessment day, so I feel like I want to start that bit, and also I kind of want to narrow down all the jobs that I'm looking at into maybe like 15, because I've learned the importance of really spending time on an application process rather than just sending it off to as many people as possible. So the second thing is to kind of narrow down the types of job that I want for now, and to kind of focus on differentiating which ones I really think will appeal to me. And then lastly, which sounds really simple, but I kind of want someone to have a little look over my CV and my LinkedIn, just to make sure that even though I've been using it quite often, I just want someone to make me feel comfortable and confident that when I'm applying, that my CV is in the best place possible, and that the best of me is kind of really showcased in that. And I feel like once I've got that done, I've applied for one of the jobs and have kind of a small collective of jobs that I want to apply for, then I can really focus on making sure that each part of the process is done in like a timely manner rather than applying all at once. Hannah's out.